Hello and welcome to Bro Duel. This time we have real bows. This is a mod that replaces the models of most of the generic bows in the game. There's 12 new models in total, ranging all the way from the ancient Nord bow to the Orcish bow. The idea behind the mod comes from an author who's also a craftsman, and in his experience he felt the vanilla bows looked more like Hollywood props rather than functional bows. While the new models aim to change that, and the author's also taken several other key points into account when designing the bows. For example, he's taken the material type and its origins, so things like how it's made, who it was made by, and its original purpose. And then he designed all of the bows around all of that information. So as an example, let's take a look at the new ebony bow. It's now a composite bow with a twist. The horn has been replaced with a strip of tempered ebony instead of just wood. Ebony is a much stronger, harder material, but it's also relatively lightweight, especially when focused into a specific area of the bow. The end result means you can draw further back without snapping the bow, allowing for more powerful shots. Now, we're hardly bow experts or craftsmen, but it does seem more logical to focus the stronger material in certain areas of the bow, instead of just using a single material to encompass the entire bow like in vanilla. The mod also steps away from the vanilla design where the bows have to follow the weapon type's theme, even if it doesn't make sense in terms of functionality. For example, you all know that the elven bow is very sleek and stylish, and also made from moonstone and quicksilver. Those design choices are key to the elven weapon type, so the bow sticks to it even though it might not be the most practical bow design. The mod's spin on the elven bow is completely different, but it's still very sleek and stylish. It's the longest of the new bows and made from long strips of layered bamboo. It's also laminated with a cherry finish to give the extra few style points that the elves deserve. When you're using the bow, you still very much get the feel that you're using something elven, especially when compared to other new bows. The same goes for the other models. You can definitely tell when something feels foreign, and you can generally guess where the bow came from. On the mod page, you'll be able to read about the design choices of each bow, so you'll be able to see why the author chose a certain material or why a bow looks a certain way. Here's just a few more examples of some of our favourites. The Felmer bow has an unusual curve to it, and that's because, as you know, the Felmer are cave dwellers. So when they harvest wood, they use the trees that grow through the walls and ceilings of their caves. And as you might know, trees will grow towards sunlight, even if it leads to weird curved shapes. The Felmer are an unusual, almost foreign race, so an unusually shaped bow fits them perfectly. The new Imperial bow feels very manufactured and to the point. It's a composite bow using very standard and generic materials, a hardwood core, a horn and an animal based sinew. The limbs are also wrapped in rawhide to protect the bow from the harsh weather while on patrol. There's nothing overly special or unique about it, and you definitely get a feel it was designed for mass production in mind. The Dwarven bow is made from a lightweight Dwemer alloy with longevity in mind. It has a hollow handle and solid metal limbs, while also being designed to never require maintenance. It boasts Dwemer efficiency. And finally, there's the Daedric bow. It's similar in construction to an ebony bow, but the ebony is treated with the Daedra heart, which causes it to crack. Daedra blood then seeps through the cracks and solidifies in the heat, creating a much more rigid yet still flexible material. It's also said that the sinew used to enhance the bow actually comes from fallen Daedra, instead of an animal. So the bows themselves contain the vestige of the Daedra used to create them, making each one rare and unique. It's also important to keep in mind that although the stories behind the new models are interesting and certainly more unique, they don't actually behave differently in game. So their stats remain the same, which means it's compatible with any other balancing mods or overhauls. It's also fully compatible with Skyrim Redone and Percus Maximus because of the optional files. And speaking of optional files, each new bow model is completely optional and can be separately installed during the installation wizard, so you can easily pick and choose the ones you like. In the end, even if you aren't interested in all of the backstory and design choices, the mod still offers a refreshing new spin on the vanilla bows, so if you're interested then you can find a link down below. We'd also like to announce our partnership with G2A.com. G2A is a digital games marketplace, where you can buy and sell games. They're usually Steam keys and they're pretty cheap too. They also have weekly sales, flash sales and a bunch of other random events where you can get insanely cheap games. Our partnership means you can use the coupon code MODS at the checkout to get 3% off your next order. So we'll include links for that down below too. And as always, be sure to leave an endorsement on any mod you enjoy, and thanks for watching.